Hello, hello, hello. So happy to have you with us. So, I am coming on here to talk about the last couple of episodes of Love Island from, when Celly was taking her space and moving into the newest episode with the new ladies coming in. Now, I will say, I was not able, I kind of felt I had to go to bed early and I didn't really catch all of the newest episode, and I was really disappointed. For some reason, I could not catch the replay of it. So I am just going off of memory of the second episode, but please bear with me and enjoy this review. We're just going to hit on the most important parts. So in the last episode, after Celly needed space, she took her space, and then I just remember there was a point in time when Johnny, he wanted to talk to her. He's like, oh, I'm just letting her have her space. And, he literally wakes her up out of her sleep and is like, whenever you're ready to talk. I don't know if he did that on purpose with intending to actually speak with her right then and there. Or he just wanted to tell her. But I just thought it was kind of weird that he literally woke her up out of her sleep just to tell her whenever you're ready to talk. She told you when she's ready to talk, she'll come to you. The reason why I'm noting that is that when they did finally talk, he's talking about, she's explained to him how she feels. And he's like, well, you don't understand that's how I feel. He starts bringing it back to him. And I'm like, this is not a well-matched couple. I didn't know that he was only 22. So we can think about it. He may have less maturity than her and that sort of thing. And not so much experience with how to, just have an adult relationship, perhaps. I don't know. But I'm just speculating. But the fact that he said that in that conversation and then woke her out of her sleep, to me, these are just signs that he's just thinking about himself. I mean, that waking up out of the sleep, that's like a tactic we'd use as children. Because that when you ask your parents something and they're coming out of, la la land, that they're more likely to give you whatever you want. He could have just asked her, oh, I want to be together. And she would be like, okay. She would not have really resisted too much to an affirmative question. We all did that leading up to the holidays, waking one of our parents up out of their sleep, asking them for more than maybe how many gifts we wanted to. They told us they were going to buy us that year, or maybe there was no limit. But that was the time for you to be like, yeah, Mom, I want the baby alive. I want the creepy crawler set. I want this. I want that. And she was like, okay. That was pre-coffee. So you can get whatever you want pre-coffee. So I just felt like, again, this is like either a tactic he was using or just a, coming from a selfish place. And again, if he's 22, maybe we can kind of excuse that. But again, it came up when she is sharing with him how she feels. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm just, a faithful observer of the show. So moving on, I don't know where exactly her head was at, but she still decided to stay with him. So Celly and Johnny were a couple. Obviously, Justine and Caleb remained a couple. Kirsten and Bennett and Laurel still chose, Moira chose Calvin. Laurel chose Carrington. So that's basically all of the couples. And those two guys were there and they came in, and now we have two ladies that are coming in. All I remember was there was a pole set up and they had to do some sort of dance or something. From what I saw, Celly knows what she's doing, and Justine did a bunch of dances for everyone. And that sort of thing. I don't remember any. I probably fell back to sleep. Then I remember the two girls coming in. They kept getting a back shot of the other girl when she was walking in. She's like, yeah, I work hard for my booty. And oh, this is one thing I wanted to talk about. Remember that guy, Noah? That was his name, right? What happened to him? It was like he was there and then he wasn't there. And it was mentioned really, really quickly. And all I remember was in that one of those episodes when he did arrive. First of all, I thought it was kind of funny. He was saying something that he learned growing up, to listen more than you speak. But when he said listen, he put his index fingers in his ear, like to plug it off. So I was like, wait, how can you still hear? Like, but anyway, one thing I noticed is that and Kirsten said this, is that he kept looking at her boobs. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I replayed that moment for like 3 minutes. He looked at her boobs over 20 times. And it was kind of creepy. Like, he had no control over his eyes. If he doesn't have any control over his eyes, how is he going to have control over his hands when they're sleeping in the same bed? That is not going to make any of the girls feel comfortable. What if he just could not control himself and would just get handsy throughout the night once these ladies are asleep? That's a serious issue. So I don't know if that's the reason why he left, that they were like, he can't control his eyes. Could be a problem and he's off the island. Look, I'm not saying anything. I don't know if that's what happened, but I just noticed this. And I just remember that they were like, oh, Noah left, and that was it. And I'm like, no explanation, nothing. But then the one thing we heard about him was that he could not control his eyes. His eyes were like all, like uncontrollable. So we'll see what happens with the new ladies. That's all I have for this review. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you noticed that too or anything else. And I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye.